Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Awkward Nerdy Turtles final presentation, brought to you by Alexandra Nevison, Greg Parrish, Benjamin Anderson, and Tyler Comstock. With recent improvements in technology, static signage or one-dimensional posters are no longer a viable or effective option. Our client, the ICT program at UW Stout, challenged us, the Awkward Nerdy Turtles, to enhance the interactability between prospective students and the program. In that effort, the Awkward Nerdy Turtles considered a couple of options. Initially, we considered the solution to lie within augmented reality technology. This technology was considered because of the capability to incorporate static signage to a more dynamic function. After further research, it was determined that beacon technology would be more feasible and less problematic for the end user. With that in mind, Alex will provide an overview of the beacon technology platform.
A beacon is a Bluetooth-enabled device that communicates messages to your device by the micro-positioning of you and that device. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are very similar in the aspect they can show your location. However, Wi-Fi can only approximate your location depending on if you are within range of the router or the modem. For example, Wi-Fi can determine whether you are within a room, whereas Bluetooth can tell you where you are in that room. Bluetooth communicates at a much shorter range and allows the beacon to pull your device's micro positioning, which is much more exact than that of Wi-Fi. For example, when you walk into Target and you have their app, you enter the beacon's dwell zone. Based on the beacon's configuration, you will receive a notification from Target identifying what items are on sale at that location. Similarly, when you enter Verizon and you have their app, promotions are pushed through the beacon's Bluetooth technology to your device. Any smart device can be used with the beacon if the app is downloaded. You must download the corresponding app for your device to actively search and be searched by the beacon for the notification to work. Our predicted solution is to have prospective students walk through the ICT building and receive a digital tap on the shoulder by notifying them of the campaign and its benefits with which the beacon has been programmed. The beacon analytics provided by the Social Retail Beacon Campaign Manager gave us insight to the interactions provided and gave us a baseline of data from which we could gain contact information of prospective students. It did not, however, interact well with the CRM system and would require a customization to make it work with the CRM. Because of our findings, we realized we needed another avenue of entry for data to the CRM system. This prompted us to create a survey using Power Forms, which Ben will now discuss and present in a greater detail.
We tried two different approaches when implementing our CRM. One approach involved utilizing power surveys, getting the responses, and mapping additional contact information to create a contact record. This contact record could eventually be turned into a lead. This approach was scrapped due to the inability of Power Survey being able to create multiple entities, so we were limited to only creating campaign responses. Power Forms, however, allowed us to create a contact record and a campaign response. This response could potentially be turned into a qualifying lead if all the qualifications are met in our custom business logic. Here you can see a Power Form that can be sent via beacon, email, or any other digital medium. And here you would see a response saying, "Thank you for taking or filling our form. We will be in contact with you." So within CRM, we can go to marketing. And then within marketing, we can see a campaign called ICT Interest. This campaign will contain all the right responses sent from Power Forms. Each response is mapped to a contact. In order to see who filled out these forms, we actually have to switch to Associated View. Here we can see a lot of Billy Joel responses. Billy Joel really wants to join the ICT program. From here, among the response, we can add a due date, convert or close the response. In this case, we want to convert the campaign response to a lead. And it seems a Billy Joel lead already exists. We can convert to an existing lead, or we can create a new lead. In this case, I'm going to try to create a map to an existing lead. And it seems CRM duplications. In this case, we'll just switch to marketing and then go to leads. And we will see that there have been many leads with Billy Joel's on it. So this is an example of a completed lead that has been converted to an opportunity. Our business rules require that a lead has a contact record or account associated with it in the qualify phase. In the development phase, UW Stout provides the contact with any requested resources, schedules, appointments, brochures to fulfill the customer need. In this case, this customer would like an ICT brochure. Then within our activities, we can see that the ICT resources were sent. In the closing phase, we require that you send a thank you email. If all these requirements are met, the lead can be converted to an opportunity for enrollment. When it comes to reporting, within marketing, we can go to campaigns. There is a built-in reporting system that is pretty great. Campaign performance will show how many people responded to our survey, how many responses were closed or converted to leads or potentially opportunities. Within leads, we can also run a report. This can actually show the source effectiveness or how many leads were neglected. So how many leads did we forget to respond to, or how many were closed and how many qualified. Eventually, we would want to have the beacon data stored within the CRM, in which a custom report would be generated. This report would be able to show how many people were contacted from the beacon, how many people filled out the power form, and how many qualified as an opportunity. These statistics could then be compared to how many people actually enroll in the ICT program.
Hello everyone, I'm Greg Parrish, and I'll be discussing the Lessons Learned segment of our presentation. What we discovered through our project is that, first, beacon compatibility is important in allowing the audience to participate with the technology. Although there are some beacon types, Eddystone for example, which will in the very near future work well with Google, enabling notifications to be received without an app, the technology is not quite there yet. Another lesson learned is that our notifications could only be received by those with their social retail platform app, thus limiting our audience. Due to its functionality as a proximity-based product, the range in which the beacon will function is limited based on the configuration of the campaign manager. Because of this, the only way to get a broader audience would be to allow the sharing of the campaign via social media by the users, which is an option in the platform. And finally, and most importantly, it was discovered that the particular beacon technology we chose was not directly compatible with Microsoft Dynamics CRM. This greatly limited our ability to automatically populate the data and would require manual CRM entry from the Beacon Campaign Manager. One solution to this problem would be to design code that would allow the Campaign Manager to interact with the CRM. The Awkward Nerdy Turtles solution was to provide the survey via CRM form, which Ben discussed earlier.